Yahushua answered, If you drink from Jacob's well, you'll be thirsty again. But if anyone drinks the living water I give them, they will never be thirsty again. So this message might not be popular to most, but whatever's been poured into me, I have to release. So this video I will explain what the Ruach has revealed to me. I covered in the past that Christianity is a cult. It has an appearance of godliness but no power. Stick around to the end because this young man posted this video. It is the Constantine Creed, and you're going to see that Christianity has nothing to do with the Torah. Yesterday's headlines. All people should be free to choose and practice religion. Jesus, the Pope recalls, taught us to welcome one another as brothers, adding that this applies first and foremost to us, Christian Jews and Muslims, who worship one God and who refers to, albeit in different ways, to Abraham as father in faith. One human family. Francis insisted it's a duty for us who wish to obey God's will. Sincere, respectful dialogue between Christians and Muslims is a duty for us who wish to obey God's will. We don't serve the same God. You see how he says one human family, right? First of all, this goes against the first commandment, but they don't respect the commandments anyway. Catholic, the word comes to the Greek meaning through the whole, that is universal, worldwide, all-inclusive. One human family. I'm not too sure you guys are aware that the Human Fraternity Agreement was signed in 2019. In fact, that's when I started to hear from the Ruach in 2019. So they all came together already, and they agreed upon it and signed it. So these Abraham religions, which is Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, came from Ishmael. Yes, Ishmael was the son of Abraham, but the covenant wasn't made with him. The covenant was made with Abraham and Sarah and Isaac. That's why the Abrahamic religions are in the pyramid. And above the queen, which is a tribe of Dan, is the all-seeing eye that happens to be the Pope. So this is a quote from Albert Pike. I will not be reading it, but you can pause and read it or look it up. It's about World War III and how these religions are meant to destroy each other at the end of time. Like I said, the promise was made with Abraham and Sarah, not Abraham and Hagar. In fact, Hagar took a wife for Ishmael from the land of Egypt. One of his wives was Egyptian, the other was a Canaanite. And we were instructed not to mix with the Canaanites. So Ishmael ended up joining Edom to destroy Israel. Our name is not really Israel, it's Jasharel. That includes Judaism. These are the Khazars. These are the ones that are passing as the children of Yah. Identity thieves. They call themselves Israel because it's with Isis, Ra, and El. That's the gods they serve. Because we really are Jasharel, but other people don't know us by Jasharel, so sometimes I just say Israel. As of how Yah is for all of us, not true. It tells you in the reading of Malachi, the land of wickedness, and their people called those who Yah does not forgive. So this is homework. This is in the reading of Jeremiah 30. Adonai Yah Yahshua says, Write down for the record all that I have said to you. For the time is coming when I will return the fortunes of my people Jasharel and Judah, and I will bring them home to the land in which I gave to their fathers. They shall possess it and live here again. These are headlines for the last 2 days. The last couple of years I have been posting all the articles that I come across with the lands being returned to us, just like the scripture says. And this is today's headlines. They will continue to be returned to us. Alas, in all history, when has there ever been a time of terror such as in that coming day? Because Jah will come and he's going to rescue us, right? He will be breaking our yoke from our necks and snapping our chains. And he will be gathering us and taking us to Mount Zion, the holy mountain. But says Adonai, when I bring you back home again from your captivity and restore your fortunes, Jerusalem will be rebuilt upon her ruins. The palace will be reconstructed as it was before. I covered this before. Utah is Jerusalem. And the Mormons, the Babylonians, took over that territory and built their temple on top of our temple. And I came across this article yesterday. The Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints is building a third temple. Will build its third temple. That's the one that's going to be destroyed, and then we're going to build the new one on top of it, like the scripture says. Jerusalem will be rebuilt upon her ruins. And the reading of Malachi. At the same time, says Adonai, I will destroy all the weapons you depend on, and tear down your walls and demolish the defenses of your cities. I will put an end to all witchcraft. There will be no fortune tellers to consult, and destroy all your idols. Never again will you worship what you have made. And I will abolish the heathen shrines from among you, and destroy the cities where your idol temples stand. And I will pour out my vengeance upon the nations who refuse to obey me. So when they took over our lands, America was opened up to all these nations. They brought in all their gods and goddesses and all these religions, and they're not going to be here anymore. Our lands will be returning to us, and you cannot be in our lands unless you serve Yah, no other god or goddesses. If you haven't noticed, judgment started already since 2019. In the reading of Obadiah, the switching of the guards. Adonai's vengeance will soon fall upon the Gentile nation. As you have done to Joshua, so it will be done to you. Your axe will boomerang upon your heads. But Jerusalem will be a refuge, a way of escape. Jasharel will reoccupy her land. Jasharel will be a fire that sets the dry fields of Edom aflame. There will be no survivors, for Adonai has spoken. That's 144,000 that come back to fight the kingdom battle. They will be setting all that place on fire. I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, or on the sea, or on the trees. Welcome to the 4 corners. So the whole world will be tested and be purified. But Yah will be gathering his remnants and bringing them to the 4 corners, and there they will be protected. So Judah came into our shores in 1619. 1619 plus 400, that's 2019. That's when the first plague was released, 2019, 2020. This is Judgment Day. They were given control of 1/4 of the earth to kill with war, famine, disease, and wild animals. And you see this guy right here, and anybody that's with him? And the evil creature was captured, and with him the false prophet, who could do mighty miracles when the evil creature was present. Miracles that deceive all who accepted the evil creature's mark. Both of them, the evil creature and his false prophet, were thrown alive into the lake of fire. So this is where he's going to end up, and anybody that follows him as well. So somebody posted this. This is Prophecies of Old Popes, and this is the last one, Francis, whose father was named Peter, as in St. Peter's, Janos, the god of gods. So Yahushua turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of Yah, but merely human concerns." So you can either have his church, Peter, upon this rock I built my church, or the rock of salvation. Because Rome gave you the church, and Yahushua is coming for the bride. Peter the Roman, who will pasture his sheep in my tribulation. And when these things are finished, the city of the 7 hills, Rome, will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge his people, the end. And who is the judge? The Hebrew word for Dan means judge, as in the tribe of Dan, who joined the Canaanites. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He had laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. Like I explained before, everything gets repeated again. So whatever was done to the true disciples of Yahushua, now it's going to get done to the church, to Rome. After the killing of Stephen, Paul was in complete agreement with the killing of Stephen, and a great wave of persecution of the believers began that day, sweeping over the church in Jerusalem. That's when they took our books over and rewrote them, and they gave the world Christianity. That's why the church is going to be prosecuted and not the bride. The bride is going to be removed. And that's what the scripture says. Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of the plagues." So Abba is not coming for the church. This is a time that Abba's spirit is downloading upon us. And they're using a lot of distractions so you will not receive those messages. And one of the things they use is the spraying.
No followers of Yahushua the Messiah, Christians, we're about to find out. This is what's known as the Constantine Creed. It was an oath or a creed that you had to take in order to become what is called a Christian in 325 CE. This is shocking when I first read this. He renounced all customs, rites, legalisms, unleavened bread, sacrifices of lambs of the Hebrews, and all the other feasts of the Hebrews. Sacrifices, prayers, aspirations, purifications, sanctifications, propositions, fasts, new moons, Sabbaths, superstitions, hymns, chants, observances, synagogues, absolutely everything Yahudi or Jewish. Every law, every rite, every custom, right, they are told to deny, right? This is an oath that they have to take. They have to deny all the original faith. Look what it says here. Furthermore, any follower of the Jewish Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach. Furthermore, any follower of the Jewish Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, who wish to join this holy community is compelled to adopt a different set of rules and customs. Wow, so to become a Christian, they literally had to renounce the Yahushua, the Jewish Messiah. Or in other words, Yahudim Messiah. That's the true Hebrew word for Jew. And look what it says here. They accept all customs, rites, legalisms, feasts of the Romans, sacrifices, prayers, purifications with water, sanctifications, propitiations, feasts, and the new Sabbath, which is, in quote, So Die, day of the sun, Sunday. So there's proof right there that they changed the Sabbath. All new chants and observances, foods and drinks of the Romans, that would be pig. Look what it says. He absolutely accepts everything Roman, every new law, rite, and custom of Rome and the new Roman religion, which is Christianity. And look what it says. Christians must not Judaize by resting on the Sabbath. To be a Christian, you were literally not allowed to rest on the seventh day, the Sabbath day, but must work on that day, rather honoring the quote-unquote Lord's Day. Wow. Let me know what you guys think of this.